And we're still in March, 22nd of March, and I had a t-shirt on this morning, but it was a wee bit chilly even in my house. I think I turned the heating off, and so I've still got the cardi on. So welcome to Magic Monday, and thank you to Comic Relief Red, who took over on Friday, but I'm back now. I decided on this title today as yesterday was apparently, I think, International Happiness Day and the first day of spring. So I decided if nature can bring us magic, you can feel the magic too. So start the day and the week by feeling the magic. So how can you feel the magic? Well, as always, when I talk about magic, I talk about the magic of nature all around. I went for a walk yesterday with a friend, socially distancing, of course, and took that photo that I posted up this morning of the beautiful wee blue flower. I actually don't know. Hi there, Barbara. Give a wee wave there. I don't know what that wee blue flower is. We were kind of arguing. Well, it wasn't a bluebell, but was it Edelweiss? I don't think it was that either. If you know, please post up what you think it was. Anyway, spring is also a magical time with all kinds of flowers just emerging and exploding from the early snowdrops, the daffodils, the crocuses, the buds on trees starting to show, camellias, magnolias, roses, and much, much more. I just love flowers, but I'm no expert, don't really know the names of all of them. Of course, you can go to my Mind Circles podcast, of course, and listen to the Passion and Purpose, because if you've got passion and purpose in life, you find the magic. And thank you to everyone I posted up. I know I did a live video on gaslighting. If you want to find out more about that, I did a podcast on that as well. And thank you to quite a number of people who've posted saying thank you for sharing that. Now, you might not always think logically or rationally, but when you think magically, you feel better. And so listen on to find out why and how. I did a mention earlier in a video about Matthew Hudson. Now, he is a cognitive neuroscientist. So he's not just an airy-fairy witch or wizard. He's a cognitive neuroscientist. And he wrote a book titled 7 Laws of Magical Thinking. Yes, magic, written by a neuroscientist. So, as he says, science might give you answers about how to deal with challenging situations, but actually most of us don't always think logically or rationally. Now, take a moment just to think, do you have a lucky charm? Do you have a lucky mug? Do you have a lucky pen or even a lucky outfit? I remember when I was at uni, and I think I've talked about this before, but a group of us had lucky outfits for sitting exams and we wore them to exams. Well, of course, if we failed that exam, you've guessed it, that outfit was discarded. It was not considered lucky anymore, and we found a new one. But do you always sometimes think that things are just meant to be? Do you have superstitions? When you do, you have these because it makes you feel happier and even healthier. Another piece of magic, and I experience this often. Have you ever thought about a friend or, a family member you maybe haven't seen for a while, and suddenly the phone rings or you get a text message and it's that person at the end of the phone. They've sent you a text. I find it really quite extraordinary, and there's no kind of scientific explanation for that. In fact, in a state psychiatric hospital, they believed that if you mentioned a person's name, then that person, you're an ex-patient, that person would return to the hospital. Now, you might be thinking in a psychiatric hospital, that's the patients thinking that, but actually it was the staff. So they used to kind of ban talking about ex-patients because if they mentioned them, then there were thoughts that by the medical staff that they would return. Have you ever even heard maybe someone you're not particularly fond of and a friend mentions their name and you go, oh, no, don't mention their name because they'll just turn up, and so often they maybe do. What you need to understand is that many things can't be explained, And as for me, I'm actually quite happy with that. If you've been listening to my live videos, you probably realise that I am a bit wacky. I'm always ready to laugh at myself. You might even be thinking that when I'm talking about this magic now, that I'm some kind of witch or wizard. But thinking with magic in mind, with having your magic mind, it does have benefits. When you use magical thinking, you can make your life better. But how is life better when you think magically? Well, luck. I bet some of you do have this lucky charm or the lucky lucky pen or the lucky outfit. I've mentioned that above. You might have that special pen when you're writing your exam or you're sitting a certain way. You might have a lucky teddy, a rabbit's foot, all these things. Wearing your logical, rational head, you know that these lucky charms are actually not going to mean you're going to pass the exam. You know that. But somehow by having them and holding on to that, having this lucky charm beside you, then what they do is they improve your way of thinking. Now, I know you're now definitely going to think, she's crazy. But what these charms and ways of using your magical brain do, they help you to be more confident and you perform your best. You know when you're going into this with this lucky charm, holding whatever it is, that you're going to do your best. So stop for a moment and think. Just stop and think. What magical things do you do? Take, for example, in the acting world, they say when you're going on stage, you go, break a leg. Now, we don't want people to break a leg, but it's also giving them good luck. They say that actually using the words good luck in their performance, that's considered actually bad luck. So they use the words break a leg. Do you say fingers crossed? If you're going to fingers crossed when your friends are going, say, to an interview or going to do something, you go fingers crossed. That's you're hoping that they'll do well. Do you wear an outfit or sweater or jumper? Say when you're going to play golf, you've got your lucky jumper or your lucky set of golf clubs. You just feel better. It's not going to make your game really any better. You know that rationally and logically. But just having this, you kind of stride out with confidence. You think, I'm going to really do well. What's happening is that when you have all these lucky sayings, lucky charms, your performance improves because they change how you perceive your self-efficacy. That's your ability to believe in your ability to succeed. This concept was actually originally proposed by Albert Bandura. He was an American social psychologist at Stanford University, and of course you can research him. When you believe in magic and that you are lucky, it motivates you to do your best. The more you make luck a stable kind of personal characteristic, you feel and you know you have the ability to achieve anything, achieve your goals. Luck also helps others to improve their performance. So when you're saying to others, fingers crossed, or good luck, or wishing them luck, then they perform better too. So having lucky charms or thinking magically gives you a positive belief in yourself. And even if it's a superstitious belief, it still boosts your confidence. And what more do you want? So ask yourself another question. Is it a good thing to believe that you can't change everything? Well, the answer is yes, because you can't change everything. You can't change things over which you've no control. I know we often hear people saying, we can change the world. Now, it's a huge topic, this. I'm not going to get into it today, but you alone can't really change the world, but you can be part of change. So that's, as I say, a vast topic and left perhaps for another day. Psychologists talk about internal locus of control. All that means is it's referring to you having control, some control over your life and what happens to you. And of course, the opposite of that is believing in fate. So take a moment to think about a time when life throws you a curveball or you're faced with traumas and tragedy. You might think, or others might say, well, it was fate, it was meant to be. Now, you might not want to hear this, and actually hearing phrases like this, it might help you to cope. But if you've lost a loved one, no matter the circumstances, these sort of phrases really do not help. They upset you, they can upset you. Everyone, of course, grieves in a different way, and you've got to be allowed to grieve in the way you want to grieve. At these moments in times, I wish I could give you magic or have a magic wand, some way of taking away all your pain. But all I know is that when something tragic happens and it's outside of your control, you can't change it. But for me, and that was like on losing my son, well, in order to move forward, I knew that if I used my creative thinking, this magical kind of thinking, that it builds resilience. And with resilience and courage, then I endure each day in a different way, in a more positive, constructive way. And of course, I hope that my live videos, my podcast episodes, that you, in listening to them, you find magic in my words. It's all I can do. In fact, an old friend used to say to me, it would be absolutely fabulous if you could have maybe magic pills and you could just dish out a different pill, say like Smarties, a blue one on a Monday, pink one on a Tuesday, and of course they would bring magic each day in a different way. Well, think of, in a sense, that's like the placebo effect. Think of the placebo effect. There are pills which don't actually do anything. When people are doing research, there'll be perhaps pills that do something, others that don't. And the ones that don't, research shows that they actually can improve everything, almost everything. So there's something about happening within our minds when we're given something. So if one magic, I would say probably many years ago, when I started talking about mind circles and my ABC, it was the effect that my magic fairy or my magic angel had on a certain situation. And one situation was, I called it my parking fairy, my parking angel. Now, this has never let me down. I can't explain it. People might not believe it, but I shared on social media that I had my magic fairy and my magic angel was working again. And I was actually inundated with lots of messages asking if they could buy the magic fairy or the magic angel. Well, I wish I could have sold it. I could have made a fortune. But I shared, that my parking angel is actually free. I shared my magic. What you do, what I do, and you can do as well, is think positively. You have to really think positively. And when I need a parking place, as I'm driving along, and I've now got even my children, my grandchildren particularly, will go, the parking fairy, and we're quiet, we think positively, and a parking place is available, a parking space is available. And it's that sort of affirmation. And I've never been let down. No matter how busy a car park is, I get a space. So try it. It really is magic. And for special friends who have and continue to support me, my Mind Circles products and services are there. And I do have, for these special people, a parking angel, or in fact one of them is a parking star, which has got the reminders of the ABC on it. And I hope that brings some magic into their life. More powerful benefits for thinking magically, of course, are using my ABC, is making them your positive habits. Now, the ABC can be your magic go-to, because if you make them your good habit, that means using them regularly, practicing them regularly, so that they become your good habits and they're there when you want or need. I call it like a friend on the shoulder. They're psychologically effective. They're proven psychologically effective techniques, and they reduce stress, anxiety, and they improve your mental well-being, your overall well-being. What more could you want, really? So using my ABC, you are able to focus on positive things, share positive news with others, You need to have your journal, of course, or your diary. This is about writing down your feelings. That's also an effective way of reducing emotional pain. It helps you to cope, particularly in times of grief. You need to kind of let it all out. And sometimes we don't have anyone we can let it out to. And even if you're waiting on professional help, maybe an appointment, you can still use the ABC and use your journal or diary. Affirming. Affirming is my A. So my A, I would say, I am lucky. I am confident. I am strong. I excel at this task. I excel at what I do. All these things just boost your confidence. It's got to be, remember the 3 Ps and look back to find out what that is. Personal, positive, and present or past tense. Breathing, of course, the diaphragmatic breathing. I know I kind of go on and on about this, but when you want to calm and relax, then you do the deep breathing. Breathing in through the nose, no shoulders being raised, not breathing in through the nose slowly, hopefully to the count of 3. Hold to the count of 3 and then exhale slowly to the count of 3. Now what that does, when you're focusing on your breath, you can't really do anything else. So it calms, it relaxes, but you're bringing oxygen into your body. So it's increasing your lung capacity. So it's actually energizing you as well. Fabulous tip, and it's free. C is creative imagery, using my mindfulness meditations. Again, you don't have to believe that my ABC ritual works or that it has any power. It just does work. It's powerful. It's the power of the mind, and you've got to remember the power of the mind. I mean, it's extremely powerful. Never forget that. And of course, when you're confident and positive about your abilities, your talents, your skills, then you know that you've got future success, you can achieve many things, and you're mentally healthier, you're mentally happier, and you have actually healthier relationships with others because they'll be drawn to you as well. Nobody wants to be with someone who's just always negative and moaning all the time. We've got enough of that. So you really, once you feel healthy about yourself in mind, it helps your body and you feel healthier. And so does everyone else round about you. Of course, you don't want to be deluded. You don't want to be deluded about the world all the time. I mean, life is harsh. It throws you challenges and when you least expect it. We've all had that, I'm sure. Some have much more tragedy than others, more traumas, but a little bit of magic, bring a little bit of magic into your life and your life improves for you and those around you. So please use my ABC regularly so that it becomes a good habit. I repeat, they're proven psychologically effective techniques for reducing stress, you're reducing anxiety and improving your overall well-being. So what more do you want? So today your affirmation, the A would be, I feel the magic. I feel the magic. And your B, your breathing. So again, breathing in slowly through the nose, hold, and then exhaling slowly through the mouth. And of course today for the creative imagination, my Mind Bites meditation, I'm going to do the garden. I think because I've talked about nature and the flowers, I think we'll just do a short meditation on thinking about the beauty of nature. So if you want to again sit, I've been leaning forward, but if you sit with your back against the chair, feet on the ground, and just close your eyes and take a deep breath in through the nose, hold, and then exhale slowly through the mouth. Now I want you to imagine that you're in a beautiful garden. You are surrounded by the beauty of nature. Everywhere you look, there is colour Look at all the flowers. Focus on different ones. Are there daffodils? Snowdrops? What's your favourite flower? Think of your favourite flower. What colour is it? What scent does it have? In this beautiful garden, you can breathe in the scent from all the flowers. Fill your mind and body with the pure air and scent of nature. You feel relaxed. You feel calm. Touch the flowers or the leaves. Feel the softness of nature. You feel wonderful. You breathe in the magic of nature all around. Walk through the garden. It's peaceful. It's quiet. You sense the peace and calm all around you. Now hold this feeling in your mind. Know you can take yourself any time to this beautiful garden. Now take another deep breath in, breathing in this pure air, the beauty of nature. Let it fill your body and mind. Now take another deep breath in through the nose. Hold and then exhale slowly through the mouth. And just say to yourself, I am calm. I feel the magic. I know I can come to this beautiful garden full of the beauty of nature anytime I need or want. Now just open your eyes and say to yourself, I feel confident, I am positive, I am resilient. I feel the magic all around me. And then just yawn, stretch your arms, just bring yourself back into the now. I hope that this, feel just that you feel the magic of nature, and looking at the magical clouds and all nature just fills me with awe, and it can do the same for you. It's just so wonderful, and be grateful we have that all around us. Now I'll be back with a live video on Wednesday morning. If you have a suggestion for a title, then please post me on private message me or post on social media, or email me, pat@mindcircles.co.uk. If I choose your title, then you win. Oh, I didn't put my phone on silent there. So you get an hour to chat with me about anything you want. It's confidential. Bring a little magic with my ABC and your life improves. You will feel happier and healthier. So remember, think magic, put negativity aside, reach for the moon and the stars, and let nature fill you with awe. With magic, you are the master of your own destiny. I'll just give Julia a wee wave there. And of course, as always, what I end with, smile and laugh. They cost you nothing. So virtual hugs to all, and sending a little magic to all those friends, colleagues and everyone across the world. Here's a little bit of magic. And until Wednesday, thank you again for listening and watching, and virtual hugs to everybody. Thank you. Bye.